See? And then with this, I can yank it. Oh, there you go. Look, I can yank it more now. Oh yeah, this is really easy to work with. I like it. Okay, so we're prepping this up already, I guess. So I think we want this side, right? It's more nicely flush. So let's do this side, and then we'll wipe everything off afterwards. So we just want to make sure this is ready for the bolt. All right, so let's go ahead and open this back up. And that means we're gonna have to move the exhaust or push it down a little bit, but I think it'll be worth it because it won't put too much more stress on the bolts. And when we tighten it, we'll listen for any cracks and stuff. Okay, so I guess we found out the way to use our sort of gunmetal, right, design. Now, I'd rather use this one than the other bigger one. The only reason why is, for one thing, is this one has a flange. So I don't think this flange, I think this flange would be perfect to support itself here. And definitely it's not going to get through the second brace. So I think this will work just nicely. So let's go and take this guy back off right here. He was our tester guide and it worked for him. So I wish I can just take one side and get off, but I can't. So I'll use a socket here. Didn't tighten him too much anyway. Yeah, I should have thought this earlier. I think things can come to us. Maybe that was actually for a mount of the exhaust previous, but it sure didn't let us know that. All right, let's see if we bring it along right there. Let's see how much penetration we do already damage. No, we're not clean. If we digged it further, I guarantee you it probably would put a dent in the carbon fiber right here, and you can almost see a dent. Carbon fiber, you can see dents easily because this pattern is like graded. You can almost see it. Okay, so we didn't, so that's awesome. So now it's time to go ahead and move it in there. We'll put our new one that we just constructed with a little bit of the gavitize. All right, you can watch me nail it from one end to another. Move this guy out. All right, so we agreed on using the one that has the lesser flush. So I mean the perfect flush. This one's the perfect flush to be on the outside, which doesn't really matter. But okay, we're crowning you, buddy. All right, this is the brake cable. This is out of the way. All right, there we go. Now it's gonna interlock right there with that stud here, which is perfect. That's what we want. And we know it's not going to go through anything, even if it hits, especially if it hits the solid steel. Do us a favor. All right, so we're going to start. We're going to use this one. First, go in this one. Excuse me, my throat's dry. Drive it in first. Righty tighty. Alright, gotta meet up with the other one soon. How you doing? Nice to meet you. Okay. Go. You can see him forcing him in there. He's helping me hold the brace too, by the way. Oh, what am I seeing here? Hearing snap snap here too much. Okay. Gotta flex this guy a little bit. Okay, the second one's not coming in yet. There we go. Just using the thread as a holder a little bit. And we're not yet down there yet. I believe this is the same. Alright, so now we're almost there. Now we gotta bring it. You can see, oh, the cable has been in the way the whole time. The brake cable, sorry. Okay, the goal is to get this guy launched in to that stud there. So So we need to twist a little bit here and there. I think it's taking shape. And now we're gonna want to make sure this exhaust here. Then we're gonna have to flex this a little down. Is there anything else I can loose on top here? I don't think there is. So it's just a matter of actually pushing this further down. Huh. Well, let me loosen the exhaust studs so that way I don't put more pressure than needed before this actually comes into play. So let's go back out here, keep this here. And we're gonna loosen our exhaust studs here. Okay. Let me go and loosen those exhaust studs there. Same, what was this, 10 millimeter? I think those exhaust studs are 12. Probably easy to loosen them up because I have a magnet here. You remember those little magnets that's supposed to help you when there's stoplights? It's supposed to trigger something in the pavement reading. That is just gripping my, right there, you see that? I bought one, just a regular magnet. These things are like, what they were selling for $30 or $50. They guarantee you won't have to ever waste time in stoplight. I don't know, I think still it doesn't work. And sometimes I feel like it does. I mean, if you have a big scooter or something like a Harley Davidson, that might help out a little bit. Even the bigger bikes have trouble with those things. Those lights do not turn green because it can't detect that there's a real vehicle. It has to either magnet test or wait. So they're not really bike friendly. You'll be standing on the stoplight forever. You ever had that problem? I think we all do. But it's this really strong magnet. Okay, all right. All right. Okay, so this gives a little bit more leak room. Now we can really go back and do this. The reason why is I want to make sure I don't crack the fiberglass. Okay, so we're going to focus on driving that down again. See why my tripod's so loose. Might have to take a spin on it first here. You can't see me spinning it, but I'm spinning it. Okay, there it goes. Now it feels more tighter. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and you can see if I'm aiming in the right area here. Yeah, this thing looks really rusty. I might go with a chrome one instead. The gunmetal one looks just really, it looks like something out of a Titanic horror story. So let me go and back this out. Ooh, good timing to want to back it out now, right? Okay, let me go and back this out and put like a, I think the red chrome one will do it a little more justice. Okay, let me go and do that. Get the 10 millimeter socket again. Okay, that's okay. Maybe we'll learn something we're backing up. I guess if you leave it on for 24 hours might be ideal. This was more than like 48 hours. They really eat the metal, I guess. It's supposed to just eat the rust, or not eat the rust, but take off the coating, but, or maybe not. It's supposed, maybe this is what it does to brand new chrome without any rust introduced to it. It has nothing to eat, so it'll just start eating its own oxidation coating. All right, see there? That just doesn't look like a pretty gunmetal to me. It looks more like something old from the bottom of the river. All right, so let's go and go with a nice chrome plated one to match with our chrome. Look here. I was hesitant to use that. I mean, I might even go back to this one. This one might be a better option. What do you think? We just have to actually change the head to find out. And I don't want to be stuck somewhere and have to troubleshoot and don't have the right socket, adjustable wrench or something. So I'm debating. I think maybe we'll go back to the chrome one. At least we can use the same 10 millimeter on both sides of, and this also can take out the shocks as well. All right, so let's go ahead and use the chrome one. Put this guy in here through this little same loop. So you can twist it by hand now. I think the hole's opening is getting bigger. Okay. Oh boy, let me go ahead and squeeze this over here. This is where it's going to be at. Yeah, things just to make your scooter look pretty, aesthetically. Yep, people do a lot of great stuff. They can powder coat it and everything. But then that creates a lot of other problems on threads and fitment, because it creates a layer there that you didn't expect. Okay. Alright, it's gotten to the second one. And want to make sure again is a line right here on the top one. It looks like the top one's actually going to hit solid metal. Huh, why did it change this time for us? Just a different direction? Then we didn't even have to put the back brace. But we'll see. So we definitely want to get this brace on there again. The purpose of it to actually support the two exhaust studs that are going to go in. Ooh, almost there. Caught you. Okay, you can see how far we are. We're actually very low. So we've got plenty of slack to go higher. Now I lock my camera here. Yeah, this will definitely put back the scooter in quiet mode. Also give it horsepower that it needed from the back thrust. Oh boy, let me, boop. Allow it to get back into focus. Okay. I can raise it up now, and I can aim for that bolt, which I am. Let's see if I actually hit it. Nope, not yet. Well, at least we know that it's not going to be scraping the... Oh wow, I think I am digging into it now. I don't want to cross thread it, so I definitely want to do what I need to do and lift it up, because it looks like I'm coming from an angle that might cross thread that. Yeah, it does look like I'm about to cross thread it. You can't see it, but you can tell right off the bat right there. Okay, so let me be careful and straighten out that bolt and lift it up accordingly. Let me back out. That's cross threading it. Just don't want to get it in, you want to get it in straight. Okay, it's out of there, but definitely. Oh yeah. Oh, luckily we put that little back plate there, because it did actually. Look at that. You can see here the bolt. It came right back into that same slot where the opening is, but we had it protected with our back brace. So that was a good move. But I wonder what's going to be when we start driving it in more and more. And there we go. Get this out of the way, you can see a little bit better. Yeah, this brake line got bleed as well. So a few things before we can actually start riding it. Make sure we are safe. Get the brakes working, get our lights to where we want it. I wonder where. I think it's just bringing the plate in. I'm hoping it's bringing the plate in, but it's not shoving the exhaust anymore into thing, because I don't want to put a hole in that carbon fiber. It's just too beautiful. It feels very tight against it. If you hear anything crack, you know I went too far. So there you go. Can't tell. I'm hoping the back plate does its job for us. My goal is to actually get this to flush, you know, inward a little bit. And I think we might be able to do it. I think we still have, see this right here, it's real gap space. Okay, there we go. I want all the threads to at least disappear from this side. We still have a few more. Unlucky this thing has a long thread. I mean, the shaft of the thread holder there is pretty long. I think it is for a reason of putting the muffler on there. Yeah. I know it's putting a lot of pressure on this brace, but that's what it's for. Okay, thread's almost all going in there, which is looking good. Hope the last few turns are not going to be like disappointing turns where it just crack. Okay, let's inspect to our other frame here. So there's putting a lot of tension here because it's solid now. But definitely this is, oh man, this thing is tight. It's not moving anywhere. So when we pack this in, it's just going to lift up a little bit for us. And that's what we want. So this is great. I like it. It's beautiful. I mean, it's going to be hard to clean in the cricks, little crevices or whatever you call it, cracks, grease, or whatever, grease openings and stuff. But it's worth it. Now this muffler, you know, if it takes a hit on the side or someone yanks it from here, oh yeah, it's not going to cause us to, you know, lose a cylinder head. The muffler is 149, the cylinder head is probably 119. So either way, they're both about the same liability. So let's do this. Nice. I'm very happy. Now when we remove it, it's hopefully going to build up more looseness. Now we could put a little washer here to extend it out more, kind of make it a little bit more professional maybe, instead of just forcing the whole thing in there and clamping in, you know, like a clothesline or something. So let me see if I can find in that little thing here some ideas. You know, just some kind of like a longer washer. You know, almost something like this, you know what I mean, like a socket. A little long, that will actually put like a placeholder for us, so we don't put so much pressure. I mean, we could put a bushing, maybe that would work, you think? I mean, a little rubber bushing like this. Space out the gap a little bit. You can use an old bushing. I think I do got an idea. I actually have a bushing set that it's just this center part alone, and I think this center part will work perfect. Just as long as it doesn't run. I mean, I can even take this one out. You think this will be good for a spacer? I think this will work, huh? There's nothing wrong with it. A little rubber is not a bad thing. And we could put that in between so it doesn't really force so much onto it. Because I feel like this right here, this guy right here is starting to, you can see him, he's like, I'm going to dig into that carbon fiber. So, let's do that. Let's back it all out. We got some ideas. We're going to implement something more new. Let's back it up before we put so much more pressure on it. I think with this in between it, not only will it look cool, but it'll also serve a purpose. I mean, yeah, right there as a spacer. And if, I'm sorry, you can't see it, but if we ever decide to put a catch can, we could always use it right here underneath as well. This catch can where it catches some of your reserve oil or some of your, you know, fumes or oil or whatever. To help you, you know, save the environment, but also increase your fuel efficiency, have it reused. We can put a lower catch can here, but this is a good replacement of it. And I think this one right here is hard enough where it's not going to crush anymore. Because I'm afraid that if we crush it anymore, something will give, and eventually that bolt is going to meet the inside of the intake manifold, which I'm not seeing it. It looks very beautiful and clean. Now that's a nice exhaust. I feel like I'm in a James Bond movie. Ooh. Look like 007 might be at the end of that tunnel right now, shooting a... Okay, so let's go and do that. Ideas on the fly, huh? Turn my hat backward because I'm poking my head in the way. But that's good though. We created the groove. Let's back it all up. Back it up fast. Because each time is waiting, there's pressure and stress on the metal or carbon fiber. Now, if we did put a dent on our array, oh well, we tried. But I think this little extra little rubber bushing will help. There we go. Alright, we'll inspect that too, by the way. If you're curious to see how much... Actually, you know what? I'm looking at it right now. As I'm backing out. Look at that. Nothing at all. It worked. Oh, I shouldn't do the zoom. Now I'm going to have the bad resolution throughout the hole. But you can see there, nothing. Maybe a little dust. That's it. It didn't go through. We did it. Zoom back out. All right, so let's back it all up. And let's put that little bushing. We could put between here, I guess. Yeah, we could do it. Put between here, let these guys think about what they're doing. I gotta back this up too. All right, now the pressure is on the 2 exhaust studs holding this exhaust here. It's not fully tight too, so we don't want to take too much time. As soon as this gets in there, we're driving it back in. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Sort it right in. Put that through. All right. Wow, I want to show you guys. It didn't even dent it. Look at that. Well, it actually did the first one, you can see here. But it wasn't too bad on the galvanized metal, the back brace. It did its part. Luckily it was there. If it wasn't, the carbon fiber would have took a marking, a branded marking. Engrave. That's not what we want to do. All right. How many times are we going back and forth on this? I guess the 3rd time's a charm. All right, so we're going to start lifting it up. You can come back and see it from this angle, I guess. Let's see if you can see it better from here. I think from here. Try to get away from that brake line. There you go. See how far I'm at and how much the other part is lifting up. Okay, so I'm going to do is lift this up. There we go. Make sure I don't cross thread it. Okay, try to drive it in straight. I'm kind of lifting this. Right here. Oh, you can't see it. I'm lifting this in up here more because it's inclining. That way it drives in straight. You can see here. Actually, let's see. I can't lift the muffler, but I can lift this. Yep. Feels tight already. That's what we want. And it looks good too. Look at that, the shine. That's the way it should look. All right. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, it's just tough, that's all. It's snapping. But I think what's snapping is, oh boy. Look at this right here. This rubber came loose. I think it was just twisting here and there. So let's try to straighten this one out. We can't straighten this out. We have to loosen it again. Okay. I think my hand was rubbing on this maybe as I was pushing up. But that's okay. At least it didn't dig into the carbon fiber. Okay, once that gets loose, we're going to straighten out the rubber. All right. Don't want to rip it. Look at this coming. There we go. Oh man, it's ripped a little bit here. That's okay. Its job is only to protect. So a little rip there. Not a big deal. Then we can align this a little bit more better. There we go. Beautiful. All right. I wish it was a solid black. That would be even cooler. I want to see if someone can actually make one of those ruckuses like a Batmobile. Like, I mean, a bat, bat bike. I mean, they had the fat tire ready and everything, you know what I mean? Where, what's her name? Ah, God. Anna Hathaway was driving that, bat scooter sort of looking thing. Where it's like full body. Pretty sexy. Oh, yeah. There we go. There you go. It's tightening down. Looks like a legitimate brace. And you can see there's a gap here. It's a really big gap here. I don't know why it doesn't conform. It should conform more, really. But Nevertheless, I'm very happy. Make sure that all the rubber is supposed to be on the side. Let's go and look at the other side too, because I didn't even see it. See it with me? Yeah, the rubber's there. That one has the most rubber. It's funny now, this one's pulling some of its rubber off of from its flush side, which was perfectly flush before we installed it, but that happens. So the pattern looks pretty cool. Now it looks like more like a guy pattern. Oh, right, looked like a machine gun, an ammo, versus the last time a princess crown looking over the top. Big difference. All right, so now it's coming. Let's see here. A little brake line here. All right. Yeah, this thread's taking a lot of beating. I don't know if it ever let me thread it again. But anyway, it's there. Nice. Kind of like that little rubber bushing for whatever reason. I'm not sure. I think maybe because this thing digged. But this exhaust is nicely on there. Pretty nice thread there. It is solidly on there. Even if it's not bolted onto the cylinder yet, it is not going anywhere. It is stiff. I think what happened was probably this thing caught, and from there it just didn't want to give any more slack. So this thing has to do its part. See if I can even flex it like this. I can't even flex it. That's okay. Yeah, I'm glad we extended it, because I think if we pushed it further, it might be something a little bit more difficult. I'm not sure what the result would be, but it maybe this would give in and push in further and further, because now it doesn't have any more leg room right here. And we create a little bit more extension for it to be able to place. From the outside point of view, that just looks super clean. Look at that. Nice and shine. Okay, let's go ahead and now go back into our exhaust. Don't worry, that wasn't our NCY exhaust that came out. It's input. And we're going to go ahead and securely tighten that back down. You can see here how much I can tighten it. Okay, let's get our socket here. I'm going to do it by hand. I doubt that I can move any of it by hand, but we'll see. It's going to help flex the metal a little bit. Did I just put my wrench the wrong way? I did. I joined it opposite of where it's supposed to be. 12 millimeter. Okay. I can still do it by hand. So it's not too shabby. The metal is a little bit soft. And then you got the gasket, which is a metal gasket, but it's not like a hard metal. It flexes too. So it's best of both worlds. This one I had a little bit more tax too. So, all right, it's about time to tighten that bad boy down. And make sure, let me see if I can show you from here. You can see a direct, straight shot of the exhaust manifold there. All right, here we go. It down. Sorry, it might be an opposite angle. I'm not sure what the camera's picked up it as. Okay, and chase it with my socket, righty tighty. Again, maybe about 12, around 12 foot-pounds. Just remember 12 millimeter, 12 foot-pounds. You don't want to do too much. It's still kind of soft. You want it just to crush the almost NCY gasket, the NCY steel gasket. There we go. We figured out how to secure our muffler perfectly now. As the wheel and the whole bike shifts, the swing bar, it's coming along together. So in fact, it's actually almost helping each other because the swing bar is attached to engine fixed, and so is this muffler pipe. So when we attach the muffler, it almost acts like another brace to support the swing arm as well. So anything that's supposed to be fixed the way it is fixed, because the cylinder head is not moving without the engine. So that's good. You notice I'm going back and forth, tightening one, then coming back to the other one. This feels still a lot loose. Let's see here. You can see it. Oh. Yep, that's what I get for trying. Kind of knocked my camera off. See if I can just go straight upside down for you. That way you can just focus on those two bolts that I'm tightening. Can you actually see it? I hope you can, but I'm not. Okay. See, that magnet's always catching on my tool. It's so strong. That or I'm just weak. Okay, come on, guy. Okay, there it goes. It's coming, sort of tightening now. Okay, I'm going to bring my torque wrench. Just a second here. Let me just make sure this one still feels a lot loose. And we're going for 12 foot-pounds. So 7 foot-pounds, 80. I'm assuming 12 foot-pounds, probably between, I'd say about maybe 100. So we can do 100 inch-pounds. Okay. Okay, let me go and bring the Husky torque tool here. Get it in this torque. Come on. Got the extension for it as well. It's ready to go. It's ready to rock and roll. Okay, so see me adjust it here. Okay, so we want to torque it, set it for 110. Because 7 foot-pounds is about 84 inch-pounds. So it's going to be a little bit more than that, but we'll just do 110. Again, we're temporarily putting this in just to be able to drive the scooter or not make it have sound while we work on our lights next. There we go. I'll even go to 110.9. How about that?